In this video, I'd like to show you a live website. I'll actually do a live website review of a fitness site. And I want to show you some mistakes, some lessons learned, and some important nuances that I think will help you with your marketing, not just your website. All right, guys, what's up? Yuri Elkaim here. Hope you're having a great start to your day. Just in case you don't know me, I'm the CEO and founder of Healthpreneur. We help health professionals get clients and scale their businesses online without the grind. And we don't build websites. So I just want to preface by saying that. However, I believe a website is the lens into the marketing soul of the business. There's a lot to learn. I mean, when you've been doing this for as long as I have, you can look at little things and start to make deductions. Again, they are assumptions about the overall health or business model of a specific business. So what I'm about to share with you here is a website. I've got no idea about who this person is or what the company is. I literally just came across it. And I thought, you know what, let's look at some lessons here that I think will be very valuable for our audience to tap into. Now, why don't I just show you the website and we'll just go from there, right? All right, so here it is, and there are a couple things. So this is the homepage, and I just want to. So when I look at this, the first thing I see is on the bottom left side is the thing that jumps out for me is daily workouts on your smartphone, 6 all-new sessions every week. Okay, so when I see that. When I see someone promoting like a smartphone app, etc., almost instantaneously, I have a good idea of their business model. I'm thinking low price, high volume, and that's fine, right? But now I want to get some context about, well, how large is this following? As I've mentioned before, guys, I'm not a huge fan of membership sites. I'm not a huge fan of even apps. Number one, they're expensive to develop. And number two, they're usually very inexpensive to sell. So unless you have a very, 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 very large volume of people following you, a lot of times it doesn't make a lot of sense. So the first thing I did when I saw this is I went down to the bottom of the page, and obviously they know what they're doing, you know, there's testimonials, etc. And I don't know how many people they have on their email list, right? So what I did is I clicked here, I went to their Instagram page specifically, and they have 13,500 followers on Instagram, okay? So as soon as I saw that, again, my mind is racing in, okay, well, 13,500 followers on Instagram. Let's have a look at the engagements, right? So how do we do that? Let me show you. So if you go to Instagram on your desktop and you go to anyone's account, mine included and yours, if you hover over a post, you can see the engagements. Now, this is probably some of the worst engagement I've actually ever seen. I've actually never checked out their post. This one here was posted 2 days ago. All right, so we have 13,500 followers, and posting something leads to 2 likes, 5 likes, 1 like, 8 likes, 3 likes, and on and on and on. So this is, again, I didn't even know this. I actually just saw this now. Probably the lowest engagement I have ever seen on any Instagram profile. For context, a really good Instagram profile will have upwards more than a 2% engagement. So in this case, if they had 13,500 followers, if they post something, 1% would be 135 likes, right? 2% would be double that, so 270. And that would be considered really good engagement, right? 2% in any account is going to be really good or higher. This account has, I don't even know what the percentage is. It's like 0.0001%. Now, when I look at that, what that tells me is this person is getting little to no anything from social media. Again, I don't know what's happening on their email list, but I'm assuming it's probably not that big. The other assumption I'm coming up with here is that maybe they purchased these leads. And obviously that's why, or purchased the followers, which is why the engagement is so low. So those are just a couple things I look at. Now, again, I'm giving you this high level view from a business model perspective, because when I see this, I'm looking at, let's just go back to the website for a second. So we know that we have an app, and if we look at, let me just move this out of the way. So I'll go to just daily trainer, see if there's anything going on here. All right, so here we go. So here's the pricing. So for the year, $150. $150 client value over a year. That's not a lot. As I've mentioned before, and as I touched on earlier in this video, if you're charging $150 lifetime value of a client, you better have a massive following, right? If you wanted to make $100,000, how many people paying you $150 a year would you have to have? You know, it's what, north of, I don't even know what the numbers are, but it's gonna be in the thousands. How are you getting that? Where are you getting that traffic from? It's not coming from Instagram that has zero engagement in this particular case. So there's a lot to look at from this perspective, from a like what's happening in someone's business. And I'm not sharing this with you so you can become a detective of websites. But what I am sharing, hopefully with you, is giving you some insights into how certain business models are inherently flawed. Because when you look at why we do what we do, it's largely for three reasons. As a health and fitness professional, we want to help more people, right? Now, we can only do that so long before we have to get paid ourselves, right? We all want to help people. We all want to help them improve their lives and transform their health. But at some point, you have to get paid along the way. And if that payment coming in is in no way, shape, or form representative of what you need to live, that's going to lead to problems. And then the third thing that we want, so we have impact, we have income. The third thing that we all want is more freedom, right? Freedom to do what we want with whom we want, etc. The freedom to work from wherever you like, the freedom to, do that stuff. The challenge is that freedom is a byproduct of the money you have coming in to a large degree. So when I show stuff like this, what I'm trying to get across is that this is a very similar business model as people selling books. Right. So we come across like these recipe creators on Instagram, they're selling cookbooks, and it's one thing if they have millions of followers, right? Obviously the numbers might make sense at that point. I don't know. I don't have any context. I don't know these people. I don't know what's happening behind the curtains, but having done this for 17 years, there are patterns that I've noticed, and having done a lot of this stuff myself. So why am I sharing this with you? Well, why I'm sharing this with you is that we haven't even looked at the amount of traffic that this website is getting, which, by the way, is close to nothing. But there's not a lot inherently wrong with the messaging. So in this case, I'm going to go back to the homepage. And I'm assuming this is, I don't know if this is specific for glute training, right? Alpha glutes. I'm not sure. Like, again, $8 a month. Like, what are you doing with $8 a month? Like nothing, right? Like, it's crazy. So successful science-driven practice with thousands of successful members, old school work ethic paired with new school innovation at your fingertips. Cool. All right. That's fine. Whatever. They're probably selling some stuff. And then we have a store, which has nothing on it. Again, I just came across the site. I have no idea about this company, so I'm not trying to bash them or anything like that. I'm just trying to use this as an example of there's just so much to learn from this. And again, so two things that I typically see is, number one, the messaging is not clear. Like, what is this? Like, I'm on this site. What am I looking at? Am I getting glute training? Am I getting overall fitness improvements? And so when you look at your website, I want you to look at your website and I want you to do a 2-second test, because that's pretty much how much time you have with anyone landing on your page. When you look at the headline of the page, ask yourself, does the person landing here know exactly what this is all about? So let me give you an example. I will use one of our landing pages. So this is a landing page we use from our Facebook ads. It looks like this. The smarter 4-step system used by health professionals to enroll more clients and build 6- and 7-figure virtual practices while working half as many hours. We're testing this headline to see if it performs better than the previous one. But anyways, it's pretty clear, right? You kind of know what you're getting, more or less. There's no ambiguity. If you go to our main website, we help health and fitness professionals who want to scale their coaching business online faster without the grind. I mean, it's pretty clear, I think, right? So the biggest opportunity we all have in our businesses is to improve our messaging. It's not about us. It's to help the prospect or the visitor on the site or landing page help them understand that they're in the right place. But if you don't even know, if someone landing on your website doesn't even know where they are, well, they're not going to stay very long. So clarity of messaging is very important. And this goes back into what I talked about in one of my previous videos with respect to why YouTube ads are not a good idea for most business owners, because you need to clarify your messaging before you can start creating videos around it. And it's really easy to do that with text and an image. Don't high production video your way into that. It's going to cost a lot of money. So 2 things I want to point out from this exercise here, from the specific website that I brought up, the Alpha Physiques. Number 1 is I'm not exactly sure if I'm in the right place. I don't exactly know exactly what I'm about to get here. What's the benefit to me? Second is the business model. Now, again, as a prospect looking at the site, I don't really care about the business model, but as a business coach and entrepreneur myself, and I love business, I look at this business model and I see, again, I don't know this person. I don't know the back end. I'm just assuming they're probably not achieving the financial freedom or stability that they might want, just because with a low priced offer, you need a massive amount of traffic to make that work. 13,500 followers on Instagram, the lowest engagement I've ever seen. So that means, like, where are you getting traffic? So yeah, we could look at Facebook and see if they're running ads, but I don't know if they are. Because even if they were, I would be willing to bet that on $150 lifetime value of a client, again, assuming 12 months, you can't even run profitable ads at that point. It would be so tight to make that profitable. It's insane. So the lesson to you is this. I would strongly discourage anyone from selling low price products unless you have a substantial following. And I'm talking like millions of people, okay, with a good engagement. If you don't have that, do not sell anything under several $1,000s. The math just doesn't make sense. If you want to pay yourself well, if you want to help people transform, by the way, who's taking action on $8 a month? No one, right? But again, a lot of businesses are like, oh, it's so low, they won't even think about it. Yeah, well, they won't even think about it, which means they're not even going to use it. And what's the point of being in business if we're not helping our clients achieve the results that they want? So charge more, $1,500, $2,000, not per month, but like, or if you want to per month, but for an outcome, right? It could be 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 weeks, whatever. You have an outcome you're promising your clients, premium price, and then keep increasing that price over time, to the point where you meet massive resistance in the marketplace. And by the way, massive resistance doesn't mean you talk to a few people that said it's too expensive, okay? That's not what I'm talking about. You just have to get better at being able to, with conviction, sell what it is you do. So premium pricing allows you to have, for the most part, if you're watching this, I'm assuming you don't have millions of followers. I don't have millions of followers. We built a $217 million health coaching empire with little to no following. I had no Instagram, no YouTube, no podcast, nothing when we started Healthpreneur. And in the last 3 years, we just started doing that stuff. But it's like 1% of our revenue. It is so insignificant. And I share this with you because you don't need any of that stuff. What you do need is you need a dialed in pipeline, a specific way to bring clients into your world in a predictable and consistent fashion. You should be charging premium prices, so the most committed ones are willing to raise their hand, step up, and do the work so they get results. The more results your clients get, the better that is for them, obviously. That's why they're paying you money. And the better it is for your business from the perspective of social proof. And then all that social proof feeds into your marketing. It allows you to become more renowned, if you will, in your marketplace, in your niche. And that's how you create a category of one. You just keep doing that over and over again for many, many years. And then, before you know it, it's been 10 years. Financially, you're doing well. You've helped hundreds, maybe thousands of people. And you've built an amazing business that everyone knows about because you've just been around so long, impacting so many lives. So it's just so much easier to build that kind of business model where you have a higher ticket offer because you don't need as much volume. Volume leads to complexity, and volume of traffic is very, very hard to get if the math on the front end doesn't make sense. But when you have big margins, man, you can drive as much traffic as you want. So anyways, I hope this makes sense. Hopefully this website audit / business model audit was helpful for you in terms of thinking through some of your own stuff. Love to know your thoughts in the comments below. If you found it helpful, just be like, yeah, this is great. And if you're watching this on YouTube, remember to hit subscribe, because I will be doing more of these website audits over the next coming weeks and months. If you guys like this and find it helpful. So anyways, thanks so much. Hope you guys have an amazing day, and I'll see you in the next video. Ciao, guys.